What's up, guys? I'm Lorenzo Antonucci.
Yo, what's up? It's Shaolin's Funny Guy. You're now tuned into the Growing Up Italian podcast. But I'm saying you have a better chance walking into any random pizzeria in Staten Island and getting a good slice versus like
or random spot in Brooklyn.
Even like I mean, go to Bed-Stuy, they got dollar slices everywhere. Them shits are garbage. We don't do that in Staten Island. We don't do dollar slices.
In LA, it's $7 for a fucking slice of pizza.
Yeah, I don't know. You live there?
Yeah, no,
that's terrible.
It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, LA sucks, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, the lifestyle's cool.
It has its thing. It has why it's good. Opposed to, like, if you randomly any day you may end up in the most powerful meeting or most powerful with the most powerful person randomly, and that is what drives and helps with your career. And I don't like calling networking. I hate the fucking word networking. I like to say being in the mix. Mm-hmm. When you're in LA, you're in the mix. You're always, because everybody's there. That's the fucking thing.
Rubbing shoulders with everybody.
You rubbing shoulders with everybody. You're with everybody, and but if you're a good person, if you're not, if you don't have the network or the circles that you are plugged into and you're trustworthy or you're trusted in these circles, it's hard to navigate. So that's probably why people are like, LA's whack, everybody's fake. It is to a degree, but LA is, when it's fucking thriving, bro, it's the best. Everybody in the world, besides New York, is the best country, the best universe ever, is New York City. Mm-hmm. The best, fuck it, it's the best everything. But LA is pretty much a great place to build your career.
I feel like build your career if you're already established to a certain point. Like,
it helps you establish too.
You think so?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to come from the bottom, bro. It's brutal.
I was gonna say you can't just like start and say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it in LA.
No.
You go there and you're trying to like, film, like trying to get into movies and shit or whatever.
I call that sucking moose cock.
We're rolling, right? Everything's rolling? Yeah. No intro. Let's just jump into it. But yeah, like, I mean, I feel in New York, you're saying like rubbing shoulders. The same thing happens in New York if you get invited to the right situations.
But is it like New York, where in New York you have to be like in Manhattan? Is there like a certain area, or is it just Los Angeles in general?
Los Angeles has a bunch of, say Los Angeles was called New York, the 5 boroughs, right? New York, LA has its 5 boroughs. You got West Hollywood, you got Beverly Hills, you got Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Los Feliz, like Silver Lake, Hollywood.
That's more than 5 boroughs. That's like 8.
Well, the 8, 9 boroughs, 20, 23 boroughs, whatever the fuck it is. But you have different sections where...
One thing about me...
With more money, right? In New York City, 5 boroughs?
Yes and no. It's very similar when it comes to like... If there was 5 boroughs in LA, you would consider it West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Hollywood, Studio City, and Malibu or Santa Monica, Venice.
All right, so Malibu would be what, Queens? Like as far
Rockaway Beach, bro.
Yeah, right.
Or Coney Island. No, Coney Island.
I was thinking of Howard Beach. Like what for borough to what you just said?
First off, though, what's the best area over there? Like, what would you say the best?
West
area?
Hollywood, Beverly Hills.
So that's Staten Island.
Silly kid.
Wow.
Yeah, it says Staten Island.
Really?
So West Hollywood would be Staten Island.
You ever see the video? My buddy.
I have no idea what West Hollywood looks like, but it sounds
you ever
like
been to LA?
Never been there. I've never been out west.
One of my buddies, his page is Mikey Lorenzo. I think that, imagine I said it like his page wrong. But anyway, he'll
forgive.
He went super viral, and he was like, he's in his backyard in Staten Island. He's like, who says Staten Island sucks? Look at this. I feel like I'm in San Diego.
Yeah. Listen, I got to be honest. My friend Frankie Nassau, I don't know if you know him, but Julius Nassau is a big, he had a big film producer in Staten Island. It was where Steven Seagal used to live.
Oh, nice.
They bought all the property there. They were on the beach.
Great Hills, yeah.
Beautiful.
By the marina.
They got all the fucking, they bought all the houses on the lot and opened that shit up, and it looks like fucking, like, $15 million property. You know what I'm saying? That place, dynamite. On the beach, fucking rocks. They built out the rocks during Sandy. They fucking even amplified it. It looks like, I'm like, when you're in the back, like, you know, I have video, but I don't know if I can share it. Sorry, Frankie. But the fucking, it looks like, I'm like, you're not in Staten Island. You know, I mean, you know, my sister lives in Staten Island. And where she lives, it looks like Howard Beach, old house.
It's just a beautiful area. I mean, I don't know
terrible
about
it's like, all right, the thing with Staten Island, I would say, is that Staten Island has the most, like, single-family homes. So, like, I feel like more people in Staten Island have, like, the backyard.
There's more stucco in Staten Island than any other borough.
There's more stucco and cement maybe.
Yeah, cement, yeah.
Like pavers.
Yeah. And tanning lofts. There's more tanning spots in Staten Island than any other borough.
I mean, listen, you gotta get tan, right? If you can't get fucking tan, I mean, if you look like a big white sap of shit,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm fucking.
You gotta clip that. It's gonna be a trailer.
That's comedy.
That's a trailer.
But all right, back what Nikki was saying. By the way, Nikki, Lorenzo, they literally just met 3 minutes ago before we started filming.
That's right. I'm going back to LA.
Yeah, back.
He's one guy does LA. It's gonna be like
one thing, New Yorkers do well in LA, but they also do horrible in LA.
There's no in between.
Like, I feel like our boys go out there and just get murked.
Yeah.
Well, you either soar or crash. You go up or you hit the floor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you gotta have thick skin, man, to be in this game of entertainment.
Yeah, I noticed that with social media, like dealing with some of the comments. Like, people come at me over the stupidest shit. Like, I won't even mean something. Like, I took a video of the Corvettes. I was like, oh, the old timers take out their Corvettes on Sundays.
I seen that.
People like, you're bashing. Oh, I'm like, but what the fuck? Like, how am I bashing them? Like, you know what I mean? They retired. They're enjoying their Sunday, cruising in their Corvette. I wish I could do that one day. I aspire to be that.
Lorenzo, when you give me the first 3 words that come to your mind when I say Staten Island.
The garbage fucking mountain. What's it called?
It's not there anymore, is it?
Been gone for
the
years.
Fucking landfill.
We got parks now.
Isn't there a guy that has a fucking
parks?
300 million in Bitcoin in that?
You can take your kid. You can take your kid strolling down those parks now.
It's probably still stench a little bit.
We waited like the statute of limitations.
What's the next word?
I would say word or just thing.
Yeah, anything.
Wu-Tang.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely one of mine.
I love Wu-Tang.
All right, another one. Last one.
It's fuck. I don't know. Do they got a train? The ferry.
All right.
Do you guys have one train? Yeah. We have one train and it's free.
And it goes through. It's free.
It's free.
But is it a subway? Does it look like?
No, it's above ground.
Like an
it's a railroad.
Train?
No, they call it the Staten Island
Jamaica
Railroad.
Avenue or one of the avenues. Like
no, it's clean. I don't mean to disrespect. I mean, but like, it's like it goes through like neighborhoods and stuff like that. Like
a choo-choo train.
Yeah, no.
It's Thomas the train.
No, it looks just like a train in a subway.
Train.
It's the same train.
It's not a new. It's a fake.
It's not MTA.
It is MTA. It looks just like a regular train, but it's above ground and it goes through like it doesn't go through like tunnels and shit like that. I mean, maybe there's a couple of bridges, but it just goes through like residential areas.
I didn't know it was free.
It's free until you get to the ferry. When you get off at the ferry, you got.
I always thought the train was free. We used to hop the turnstile all the time.
It was always free anyway.
It's free. It's free how you approach it.
It's like trains are free to me my whole life. Bro.
Nikki, first 3 things when you think of Staten Island. Your turn.
Pizza, bagels.
That's the last thing I think about.
Pete Davidson.
Pizza, bagel. That's
Davidson.
down horrendous. Right? Man, Pete Davidson. All right, so pizza and bagels. Let's talk about that a little bit. So before we started filming, you were saying that Staten Island has the best pizza.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Jersey.
crazy.
Like says Shaolin, funny guy, and it says my contest that I hosted on Instagram, that was basically voted by people who live on Staten Island.
Okay, so that's like
Very biased. Very.
that's
biased.
like
It's not credible.
yeah.
It's not
that's like
credible.
me like doing a vote on my Instagram,
no.
like
About your opinion? You should.
No, it's-
Sandwiches or
it's my
salads?
opinion. No, it's my opinion that we have the best pizza and bagels. Yeah. I haven't been able
But
to like pull the New York City yet.
just to, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just to shout out Josh from Fat Sal's, he did say you have the best sandwiches.
in New York. That means a lot coming from him.
Yeah, he did say you.
He introduced
you know
me.
what the fuck you're doing.
So you haven't been telling there's this place, Fat Sal's.
It'll be great in fucking Staten Island, Fat Staten Island.
Was it out west?
Yeah, it's in L.A. He's originally from here, and he opened this spot, Fat Sal's.
He makes like the fat New York style
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Yeah, like fucking.
He calls
You
them
ma-
heroes. They call them heroes out there.
No, hell no.
Yeah,
What you guys
I moved
call
to
it?
Florida
Some
recently,
fucking
and they were like,
subs
looking
or
at me
some
like,
shit. Yeah, it's a fucking hero.
Yeah, but he makes like he's like the most efficient like sandwich spot because my spot's good, but you know like you need a certain amount of skill to like know like how to slice prosciutto, mortadella, like to make these Italian sandwiches. It's not as easy as just like making something that's you know deep fried and a little more simple. So what I want to say is like for what he does, like the simple, because he'll say it himself, like it's a simpler sandwich, right? Like everything is super easy for the like he has this crazy fryer that the second it's done, it automatically lifts itself. So like he really makes it so that anybody could work for him. And he was like one of my big mentors, and Lorenzo introduced me to him. And I remember like, you know, when we were talking business one time, the first day I met him, we were like hanging out 8 hours. Like it just led from lunch all the way to nighttime. But he gave me like an analogy that my sandwich shop is like a pit bull. So like maybe I could walk it, you could walk it, Lorenzo could walk it, Lope could walk it. But then like the 15-year-old kid right here that's never walked a dog before, he can't. So, and then he said, like, my shop's like a nice little poodle that, you know, you don't even need to actually hold the leash because he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
walk itself.
like, I always brought that with me anywhere, you know.
Well, he also makes their sandwiches are not really an Italian thing either. It's more like French fries and fuck it. It's like
It's a late night spot almost. Like a Cherry Valley.
yeah,
like
it's very Cherry Valley.
It's like
I told
very
him
Cherry
he needs
Valley.
to go to Cherry Valley. I said you need to go. To
He's
Cherry
never been there?
No.
Have you ever been to Cherry Valley?
I have no idea what that is.
Have you ever left Staten Island besides that?
Nah, you know what it is?
Whitestone and College Point's very similar to Staten Island.
Yeah, it's a lot of Goombas there.
Yeah.
A lot of how you doings.
You know what it is? I grew up
How
in
you
Brooklyn
doing,
in
B?
Sheepshead Bay, and I stayed in Sheepshead Bay till I was like 12. Moved to Staten Island, and didn't really leave the boroughs. Leave that borough. I mean, I've been to like certain spots like Prince Street Pizza.
I love how you
certain
just like
spots, like
naming
sandwiches.
random spots.
Yeah, well, no, I mean like I know of like certain areas. Like when I'm in Queens, like there's certain pizzerias and stuff like that, or like
My favorite pizza, Queens.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're a Queens guy, of course. You.
No, but I'm from East.
All right, so-
I mean, I think
Bro,
Queens has better pizza than Brooklyn.
Bro, there's a spot. No.
Wait, so Lopic, what do you have to say about? Because he's the only Queens guy here.
I've said it in the past. New Park Pizza is the best pizza in the world.
See,
Park is
I'll
good.
give him that. New Park is phenomenal.
New Park
have
is
you ever
good.
had New
I
Park?
actually had that recently.
No, but
yeah.
New Park is good. I'm gonna give you guys a spot because even my father said it. When he goes like this place, 85th Street and Jamaica Avenue. It's called Sal's. It looks like it's from '86. They've not changed anything. The two old men are from Naples. They're from our neck of the woods, and they have never changed the recipe for 45 years. Best pizza in my life. I've had it there.
You're giving us a gem, like a hidden gem right
85th
now.
Street,
Bro,
Jamaica.
nobody
That's
talks
locked
about
in.
it. 85th Street, Jamaica Avenue, right there. If you're taking the fucking train, it's the Forest Parkway, exit. But you're close to there. You know, we can do it before I leave. We can go there. If the two old mans are there, bro, that pizza, it's fucking like this. One shot. Fucking perfect. And these fucking, the sausage rolls they make, man, I'm getting hungry now.
I don't know, but when you talk about pizza, you talk about Brooklyn. You talk about Lucali's. Like, you talk about,
Well,
the
it's close
Forest,
to
like
fucking Brooklyn. I mean,
L&B. Like, we're talking about the
85th
Mecca.
is 10
L&B
blocks
is
away
not
from
L&B
Brooklyn.
no more.
It's not L&B anymore, but it's still L&B.
I know two
Sabino.
spots on Staten Island that make better upside down pies than L&B.
But who invented it?
I mean,
It's like saying.
when you look at basketball, you don't say.
I mean, listen.
Basketball,
I'll say it myself. LMB is not the same as it used to be, but there's nothing like sitting outside over there.
Like, you know what's better than
summer.
LMB? Right down the block or very close, La Casa Bella.
I haven't been there.
85th Street is 10 blocks away from Brooklyn. Just remember, you're in East New York, pretty much.
So we might as well claim that spot too.
You can claim it as a Brooklyn spot. I claim it.
Might as well.
I was born in East New York. I was born. You know where
I
my
lived
father's
in
from.
East New York. I lived on Sutter and Hendricks.
I was born. We was on Alabama.
Yeah, that's
I
close.
lived in
Isn't
a
it?
halfway house. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that close by?
Yeah, that's
Sutter and
very close to
Hendricks.
us.
Bro, you guys could walk to you. So Linden
Yeah.
smoked
Cracked him first time there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Crack is good.
Yeah.
Does nice things.
I swear to God, my first day in the halfway house, guy was like, "Yo, you want to hit this?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Wait, I feel like we gotta take a couple of steps and like hear this whole story. So wait, for someone that's never smoked crack before, how would you explain that?
Let's see.
It's
let's
like
see it.
it's like God petting you.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what it feels.
For
like.
all you watching at home, please do not try.
No, I
crack.
don't smoke crack. I don't want anybody to do that. But
So
Crack is whack.
So okay, the halfway house, for us civilians like me, that's basically like a halfway in, halfway out, like jailhouse.
not jail though, from like rehab.
Oh,
Like
from
when
rehab.
they feel like you're not strong enough to like stay clean on your own, they put you in a halfway house.
So you like have to go there at night, but you could
Yeah,
work.
you can leave during the day. You leave and then you got to be back like 8:00 at night.
So you have a curfew.
Yeah.
How long were you in the halfway house for?
That one I lasted like 6 weeks.
Okay, and then you got kicked out for smoking
Yeah.
crack.
No. They were cool with the crack. I broke curfew.
Wait, so how long you were smoking crack there? But
They
you
didn't care what you did inside the house. As long as the doors were shut and nobody knew outside. You didn't do anything in the backyard as long as everything was kept inside. But I broke curfew, and if you break curfew, somebody shows up from like the state, and you're not there past 8:00, and they didn't report it, they get fined for it. So they were strict with that.
That's crazy. Yo, imagine being able to smoke crack but be
You
10
can't
minutes
stay out
late.
past 8, yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. The fucked up part was that I tried climbing the crackhead next door. I tried climbing from their house to the next, like, into the halfway house, and I ended up fighting the crackhead next door trying to get back into my
Crack
house.
wars.
Yeah.
Crack Wars,
Yeah,
East New York edition.
Yeah. And that was my experience in East New York. So.
You know, it's funny. My cousin Lorenzo, he always tells us that, like, because we were all out to eat. I'm not a big drinker, and he told me he hasn't drank in years. So,
Wow, nice.
you've been sober, and I know he's sober.
You stopped because you had a problem. You just stopped.
I had a problem before I stopped, but I got to an age where I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I had, I mean, fuck it. I'm gonna tell the fucking truth of why I stopped drinking. I'll get deep right now. My mother was killed in a car crash in 2004. I don't want to get sentimental. It's brutal. It is what it is. 2004 fucked me and my father up, and my sister and my nieces and my nephew. It's all good. It is what it is. And I was in LA for the first year, and I was a degenerate. I was drinking.
You're depressed.
And but not because of that, because that's already 15 or whatever, 10 years later. It was already
You
like,
never dealt with it.
I didn't deal with it, but I was drinking in LA after, just moving there, and it would taxis, and I was like, I don't know anybody here to drive. So I was driving around, and I had a few drinks in me. Every fucking night, I would be like driving around.
So you're basically driving like a little twisted.
Yeah. And whatever. This is why I'm sober. So don't fucking drink and drive.
Yeah, it's past the statute of limitation.
I had it was the 43rd anniversary of the Rainbow Room, and it's an Italian. It's the old like Chicago Italian guys. The Rainbow Room's like a famous rock joint. Everybody, and the food is dynamite there. You should go there because it's actually all Chicago Italians, but they make good pizza. For LA, it's good shit. Shout out to Mike.
I love LA. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Like here, nobody would go, but over there, it's high.
Yeah. It is what it is. No, but the Rainbow, it's just different. It's like Chicago style pizza. And I got whacked. I'm talking fucking drinking all day, fucking drinking all night, being a fucking degenerate. I woke up in my bed, shot. I went downstairs to check on my car. It was perfectly parked. But I drove that fucking thing home. And my mother died in a car crash. I could have killed somebody driving. I could have killed myself driving. My mother got me home. And I never touched a drink again in my life.
Bro, thank God, like, it happened like that,
Yeah.
you know, you just realized it yourself and nothing terrible had to happen for you to, like...
Yeah. Brutal.
Yeah, I don't like drinking just because, like, the taste. Like, drinking, like, Henny, like, don't get me wrong, like, once in a while I drink, but it's not something I actually enjoy.
Yeah, like, I hate the taste of beer. I can't drink beer.
I used to love beer.
Beers, like, makes you
I gotta have,
bloated,
like, a
too.
Jack and Coke or, like a Jameson and ginger ale. Something like that. Red Bull and vodka.
Yeah, Red Bull and Henny.
On Staten Island, Red Bull and vodka is like $18, bro. Fucking ridiculous.
So, but you were born and raised in Staten Island, right?
Nah, I lived in Brooklyn, but when I went to...
Usually, like, guys that are born in Brooklyn will rep Brooklyn, though. What happened here?
Yeah. I'm just not one of those guys because 85% of Staten Island says, yo, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yo,
They
everybody
say,
from
they're all,
Staten Island
I'm from
says
Brooklyn,
that.
from Bensonhurst. I was connected.
Nobody from Staten Island that lives there that, like, has roots to Brooklyn would ever admit they're from Staten Island.
No, I ran the streets of Brooklyn at a young age. Like, I did the Brooklyn shit, like breaking the emblem off the front of cars and taking the fucking caps off the tires, smoking cigarettes in, like, 3rd grade and shit like that. But, like...
That's normal shit.
Yeah, but I'm not... in Staten Island, when I moved to Staten Island, it wasn't that normal. I moved to, like, the suburbs. Like, you know what I mean? I went to go live with family in, like a real upper area than the area I was living in Sheepshead Bay. So it was, like, different. Like, I was showing up like, yo, let's pick up cigarette butts. And people look at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
So 3rd grade, you were picking up cigarette butts?
Yeah, 3rd grade. 3rd grade, yeah, like 8, 9. Like 9.
That's crazy.
I didn't have, like, parental guidance. So, like, I was just, life was life, you know what I'm saying?
How old were you when you first smoked?
Me?
3rd grade?
I remember the first cigarette. I was in front of on the stoop of the house by my, I would say, 3rd or 4th grade. I remember there was an old lady walking by.
She threw it?
And she threw it on the floor, and I ran
And you
behind.
anxious? That was your first time?
And I was like, I
By
hated
yourself?
it. I was by myself.
It wasn't like one of those things where, like, your friends were like, yo, let's do it.
Yeah, see, like, me, it was my cousin that put me onto it. Like, she was in the 6th grade. I was probably in, like, the 4th grade, 2 years younger. And she's like, let's smoke a cigarette. And I remember, like, I felt so guilty about it. Like, I wanted to tell my parents, like, I smoked a cigarette. Like, I was just an innocent kid.
My mom was cool with me smoking when I was younger. I was like 12. She was buying me cigarettes. Like, she was going to the store. I'd be like, Mom, give me Newport 100s.
That's kind of crazy.
My mom was she was an addict, so I mean she wasn't like there mentally. So I mean she was there mentally. That was like a fucked up in the side. She just wasn't there. You know what I mean? There, but not there. So cigarettes was like, I mean, she smoked cigarettes in the house, so it was like normal.
Are you guys into the vape at all or no?
I just hit one yesterday, like a fucking jerk off.
Yeah. I hit one recently. I mean, I like an idiot, but I haven't had a cigarette in like 6 years.
Me neither. 6 years. I'm sober.
I'll smoke cigarettes once in a while. The vapes is actually, I think people are more addicted to the vapes than cigarettes.
I used to smoke the weed vapes a lot.
Oh yeah.
That was a big thing.
Well, the thing is, you can do it when you're in the bed. You can
it's
take your
convenient.
shit. I mean,
I'm an exterminator. I don't want to smell like weed when I'm going into people's houses all day. It was, I mean, the car never smelled like it. Kids never smelled it, so it was like very convenient to me.
But you don't smoke weed.
No, I smoke. Yeah, shit. Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna openly say, yeah, I smoke weed.
You never
Because
said
people like, I mean, some people like look at me like it's like, because like I've been to AA, NA, like I got clean off drugs. I changed my life around, but I like to smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
That's
you know what I mean?
fine.
Yeah. But some people look down on that. You know
Is
what I mean?
weed really a drug though?
I mean, anything that's
medicine.
mind altering is a drug. So yeah, it is a drug. Anything mind altering.
What about
Cigarettes
what
can
about if it
technically
makes your
be-
mind better?
It definitely makes your mind better.
It makes my mind better.
I'm funnier because
Yeah.
of weed.
I think I'm
Microdose
funnier
of
too.
Mushrooms is
Mushrooms are cool.
Never try. I'll have a panic attack with that.
probably have worse with weed. If you microdose, there's nothing intense.
I've met people who can smoke crack, but they can't smoke weed because they said weed gives them like panic attacks.
That's kind of I don't know if the last time I met someone that smoked crack.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Is
I don't
it
know,
true
but-
that you're never the same afterwards?
No, you're the same.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, it takes some time. Go to rehab, work on yourself, get a therapist.
Well, thank God now you know.
Yeah, 7 years.
God bless.
I was homeless on Staten Island, just withering away. Is that even the right word? Whatever. Just withering away. Just fucking, like, you ever see, what was it, Endgame? No, Infinity War.
Oh, you're talking about Marvel.
When they all die and just disintegrate. Yeah. That was just me on Staten Island on the bus. Just flakes coming off me.
Yeah.
And I was asking you if you had $1 or a cigarette.
You went through that?
Yeah, I was homeless. I was bad, bro. I was really bad.
Damn.
And I didn't even open up about it until like really recently because I always hid that on my page because I didn't want people judging me because of my past. They'd be like, "Oh, this guy, he's not." Then they stopped being like the father of kids and like doing good, and then they'll start looking at my past. But last year I opened up about it, and I got such a positive reaction from people. I just kept talking about it, and then we
all know like somebody that's been like affected by drug abuse.
Yeah. What's crazy about me is like my mother was an addict, so drugs were ruining my life before I even got hot. So you know what I'm saying? Like you lost your mother. I lost my mother when I was 15. I found her dead to a drug overdose. So like when
you found her?
saying that, yeah.
Oh shit, bro! What a nightmare.
It's crazy. I could talk about it now because I've been to rehab. I spent a lot of years smoking crack to get through this. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's crazy.
Took a lot of drugs. Yeah, but my mother, she was a drug addict. She had a disease. It happens.
Yeah, it is a fucking disease, man. It is fucked up. It sucks you in, and you can't get out. Fucking crazy.
That's why I'm always like with Staten Island, like it's because we got really bad. Like on Staten Island, we got destroyed by the internet and opiates. Like I feel like that's what ruined my generation. Like social media and like the internet and all that and opiates ruined my generation.
What do you mean by internet? Like just people being addicted to...
Yeah, just like everybody changed. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking people started like... Social media gives people like a mask to not be themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I noticed it in high school and people, you see them on social media and then you see them in school and they're not even talking to anybody, sitting in the corner like, and then they're on social media like fucking talking to everybody, acting all fucking...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some people, that's how they get comfortable.
People get tough on social media and then they put their head down in public.
That's a big Staten Island thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keyboard gangsters.
Keyboard
it is,
warriors.
Bro. Yeah, what about Matty G's? You ever see the kid Matty G's from Staten Island? Bro, come on, bro. This kid is from the whitest neighborhood.
That's his cousin, actually.
I'm watching videos of this kid. I'm like, bro, that's the Annandale train. Like, my friend's grandmother owns the salon right there. Like,
is that kid still around?
I don't know, but his father was like, I know people who know his father, and his father like was calling people, like had to get arrested. Like he had the cops raid his house and they found air.
I don't know him that well.
He's a little Italian kid, bro, from the South Shore of Staten Island.
So he was.
And he's like fucking like going like he never came to Brooklyn, but he was just taking videos, like talking shit about gangs in Canarsie and like East New York, like saying the N-word, like just getting, bro. It was just the craziest shit. You watch his video and he's like, it looks like a real gun, but it's an airsoft gun. But he's in the streets of Staten Island, like waving a pistol.
You know what's funny is that these fucking people on social media, they only post their achievements and good stuff in their life.
Yeah, because what do you think? I'm gonna put like that. I'm overweight and my blood sugar is high.
No, but I understand that. But like, it's what it is how real is it? Because nobody's living like that every day. It's fucking brutal out there. It's fucking brutal. Everybody goes through depression. Everybody goes through fucking anxiety. Everybody has like fucking goals, and people are fucking sick because they can't see. This guy's got all this, and he got all that, and this girl got all this, and it's bad for kids because they, like from what I've seen or what I've heard is like the kids are getting fucked up with the social media on depression. You know what I mean? Like because like it's this facade. You know what I mean? Like, I post what I'm really doing. You post what you're really doing. But I mean, it's okay to be human.
But sometimes it's a little fabricated. You know what I'm saying?
Very fabricated.
Like, you'll be with somebody like fucking an hour. You make it seem like you're best friends.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like if like me, I don't know how to be like fake. It's like everything I post is like me. Like even like. But I found that doing that is also positive because like when I was going through real hard shit, I was posting like, yo, I just lost my job, like this and that. I was down, bro. I was close to just throwing in the towel, and then shit just people reached out, but it got me job interviews and shit like that.
That is because you were real and people could relate to real.
Yeah.
People, 99% of the world could relate to you saying, I lost my fucking job. I don't know how to pay my fucking bills. What the fuck? There's 1%. Of the people that are fucking just crushing it, and they even have their own problems because I'm tied to a bunch of whatever level of
Money don't
success.
buy happiness.
Some of them are miserable, some of them are happy, some of them have their ups and downs, and it's all relative to what you have going on that day. So I think that social media is great in so many ways, but it's also, you know, it's also hard. You know, it's also hard for kids to fucking, you know, like from what I noticed is that they get to be influenced by people
Social
that,
media, yeah.
you know, and it drives them into a different place than what we were growing up, what would drive us to a different place. So I'm a little worried about that for the future, is my point. With kids, you know, because, you know, when shit's fucked up in my life, mentally, I'm not talking about it on social media, but I should. I should be like, yo, shit's fucked up today, man. Fuck. It sucks. Today sucks. This happened.
I feel like
this
people
happened.
do that on Facebook more than Instagram.
Yeah,
Who
well,
even goes on
I mean,
Facebook?
I'm a different person on Facebook than I am on Instagram.
On Facebook is just like,
I made my Instagram just so like my Facebook family and shit like that. Like, I mean, I did a video about giving a guy a hand job for a Manhattan Special, and my wife's grandmother deleted me on Facebook.
Is that a true story?
Well, I swear to God, I swear to rest in peace, Nan,
Bro.
because she passed away after that. But yeah,
No,
I mean,
but like you really gave a hand job for one?
no. He goes that real
No, because you
story.
say you were begging for money and shit.
No.
I'm like,
I did a video where I was holding Manhattan Special. I was videoing. I was like, this guy came up to me right here. He goes, dude, I'll buy you a Manhattan Special if you
They
let me
sell
touch
Manhattan
your dick.
Specials in Staten Island?
Bro, every
It's only in Brooklyn.
baby, Staten Island.
It's only in Brooklyn.
So then I point to the corner. I'm like, yo, it happened right there, and I'm holding a Manhattan Special. So the joke is that, I let him touch
I saw
my dick
a video like that with this mom.
with a pretzel. I saw it with a pretzel. So
It was a
redid
bottle
with
of
a
wine. Like this
Oh,
guy
I-
goes, "Hey, I'll give you this bottle of wine. You know,
Yeah.
you show me your tits."
But
Yeah.
my wife's grandmother deleted me on Facebook because she's like, what kind of grown man would be joking about giving another man a hand job and shit like that? I mean, she was right. She's old school. I mean,
Well, it's different
she's from fucking Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? She's old school. But yeah. So that's why I made my page, because I didn't want to be like the Facebook person. But then it's like,
Did you say sorry to her?
yeah, no. It was when it happened. I didn't meet her yet because they lived in Florida and she didn't fly. So when I went down to Florida, I ended up meeting her.
And then she
ended up
told you I
liking me.
deleted you because of that?
We became friends on Facebook after that. She added me. Yeah, I got an ad back.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so, you know.
See,
you-
bro, every down has an up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit. So, I remember you, like, moved to Florida for a while, and then I
Yeah,
saw you
last year.
came back.
I moved down for 6 months last year.
You're the only person I've ever heard that's, like, moved to
Yo, they
Florida.
wrote a
came
news
back.
article about me in Florida. They were like, New Yorker. Because I did the video. I was like, I can't wait to pay more taxes. I can't wait to swim in dirty water. Like, you know what I mean? And it went viral down there, and they wrote a news article about it, and they were like, New Yorker brags
In
about
Florida?
moving back. Yeah.
So they hate you there.
Shout out to Narcity Magazine. I think it's in Miami. She wrote the article about me. It was awesome. But then Florida's cool. You know what I mean? It's definitely it's beautiful down there.
What part of Florida did you
Right.
move to?
Port St. Lucie,
Okay.
where the Mets.
But it's
spring
not
training.
like real Florida.
I mean,
It's not Miami.
No,
It's not-
I mean,
it's not
there's
Fort
not
Lauderdale.
Cubans everywhere. You know what I mean? It's
Calandra's Bakery, family owned since 1962. Luciana Calandra, Sicilian immigrant, started the bakery in 1962 in Newark, New Jersey, passing it on to his grandkids. The third generation, baking bread the old school way. Located in your nearest supermarket in New Jersey and New York. And don't forget to visit any of their 3 locations in New Jersey. So, like, what
Yeah, but
made
it's
you
all
go to
New
Port St.
Yorkers
Lucie?
Because my in-laws moved down. So
Okay.
we had the side apartment at my in-laws' house in Great Hill. Shout out to Great Hill, Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? Great neighborhood. But we lived there, and then we moved down with them, and we were going to try it out. And after 6 months, it was like decisions had to be made, and we came back.
Was your wife like super, like hated Florida too, or was it just you?
We both didn't like it. But it was also to the point where if we would have waited past September, our kids, because their birthday is after August, they would have had to restart the year because their cutoff is different. So then it was like, fuck, if we actually want to move back to New York after a year, we're going to end up fucking ourselves. They're going to have to repeat the year and all that. So we were just like, all right, we'll move back. So I
It gets fucking hot down there, bro. That
But yo,
fucking,
it was hotter in New York than it was down there last summer.
Yeah, for like a weekend.
Yeah, it was like you guys had it worse up here than in Florida.
I directed
Like,
a movie in Miami, September. That shit was
Wow,
95
September,
degrees
yeah.
every fucking day, and then I directed a fucking movie during the fucking hurricane.
Yeah, but it's like that all the time.
The
It's always
hurricanes are
hot there.
crazy down there.
Yeah.
That shit is nuts.
It happens super often now, like all these like
Very
tropical
often,
storms.
yeah. Like you have a trampoline in your backyard, you gotta have that shit like fucking buckled down, because you're bound to lose it at least once a month.
Everything, like all the furniture.
The rain is weird too because it'll be beautiful out and then boom, and 5 minutes later, beautiful out. It's like you're at the pool, you go out under the cabana for like 10 minutes, and you go back out and go back in the pool.
Did you ever think about moving back to New York, Lorenzo?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like my hopes and goals is to have a place in LA, a spot in the city, or in Brooklyn. You know, I don't need to be in Queens.
How long have you been out in LA?
10 years. And then a place in Fort Lauderdale, Miami-ish,
That triangle.
Yeah. That's the 3 spots. And then have a place in our city. Get something in, you know.
You want to live in Sansa? Are you crazy?
I don't know. Just to have something there.
Oh,
you know, like
Italy?
Yeah.
Just to have, if obviously I'm at that level, I could buy whatever the fuck I want there and just have it just to have that memory of my father. You know what I mean? This is where he was from. You know what I mean? Have that, and then it's a place to go, and then you bounce around from there. You know what I mean? You know, just to have. It doesn't mean that I have to stay there. I would probably go there, who the fuck knows, 2 times a fucking decade. And you Airbnb
2 times
it.
a decade.
You know, Airbnb the fucking thing.
I don't know how much Airbnb in Sansa Salerno is. It's probably they pay you to go.
Do they have Airbnbs in Sansa?
Where's Salerno?
It's like 2 hours below Naples.
Oh, my family's from Sicily.
Yeah, so that's all.
I'm a different Italian, right?
Yeah.
I'm not really like culturally
in tune.
In tune, yeah, not with the whole.
Well, that's why you're here, right?
The two Naples and Sicily 200 years ago was called the 2 Sicilies.
Is that true?
And you can look it up. As my father tells me every day. I think I would listen to him. He's been here 91 years. I don't know. Maybe he don't even know how to say internet. So he says, "Go do it. Look on the computer. This 2 Sicily 200 years ago." No, but apparently because that's why the.
I love when like an old school person says, "Look in the computer." Like
no, call on the computer.
Look in the box.
My phone is a computer. The phone is a call on the computer. Go ahead. All right, then. I gotta go on the computer. You mean make a call? I'm sending a text, so you don't understand what
I'm
text
gonna look up if there's Airbnb in Sansa real quick.
Yes,
I know they have like bed and breakfast for like $30.
So what? Your father came here? Your second generation?
I'm first generation.
Oh, first generation. Yeah. You were the first one born.
My father and
your first generation.
His grandfather grew up together.
Yeah.
They were
so yeah, a
kids.
little backstory: Lorenzo's dad and my grandfather, my nonno, they were in war
Sabino.
together, which is kind of crazy because like we literally come from a village of 2,000 people. Oh wow, they do have a lot of places.
See, smart. See, I bet
Room
you buy
in
a fucking 6
Sansa
spot
with me.
for 20,000
Room in
euros.
Sansa with Michele. It's cheap too,
How you
cause
doing?
$400 for a week
For what? A 2-bedroom?
for a 1-bedroom. Wow, they're
That's not
killing
bad.
it
So
over
400
there.
euro or $400?
$400 US dollars.
What's a euro? How many euros?
It's not even.
It's
shit,
pretty.
man. It's
I
like
think they're pretty
107
close now.
107 to the dollar. It's nothing.
Also, by the way, on the Kingdom of 2 Sicilies, it was a kingdom of southern Italy from 1816 to 1861 under the control of the Spanish Bourbons. And the capitals were Naples and Palermo.
See? Fact check.
Those like old stories are always true. for
My
some
father's
reason.
not gonna. Yeah, when he tells me something, my father told me so many things that are one-liners that I'm gonna put on this right now because this is from a true Italian.
Give me your best ones.
One, my great-grandfather used to say, "You gotta eat a 200 kilo of salt with a woman or with anybody before you know who they are." Meaning,
200 kilos of salt.
you gotta sprinkle that many fucking things of salt on a fucking meal before you know who someone is.
Yeah,
How? That's genius.
I like that one. I might
It's
steal that one.
fucking. It's like you think you know somebody.
This saying is like you don't know till you live with them.
Yeah.
Is usually the saying, right?
Yeah. So
Like,
that's
you
what
don't
my
know- or until
great.
you marry them.
That's
Or
what.
until they become a mother.
Or you see them in court. You
Yeah.
know, like those are the ones that they usually use. Like those. Are
Oh
the ones.
yeah, I got a court. Yeah.
Well, I think it's also meaning like 200 kilos of salt is a lifetime,
Yeah.
and you die. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like
Yeah.
the metaphor. I'm
So
assuming.
it means never trust a bitch.
I never trust anybody.
Well, it's hard, right? And my father always said to me before I stopped drinking was like, you and the alcohol, you a piece of shit, all this shit. He would say it goes down so smooth, and then after comes the snake. Yeah, one line. After what it goes down so smooth, and after comes the snake.
What do you think that meant?
The snake that bites you in the ass. All the problems, the fucking disasters, the car crash, the fucking drunken, everybody's mad at you for this, the fucking, whatever you do that's disgusting and fucking being a drunk degenerate. Everything that's bad that happens, fights in the club, the shootouts, because people are drunk and they fucking, sober people don't, really.
Sometimes they do.
Well,
Much less, though,
but
probably.
the alcohol amplifies it, and I'm not trying to preach that don't drink because it amplified the moron in me.
Yeah, it amplifies like your ego. So it depends on like what kind of ego you have. Like if you have like that ego, it's gonna fuel it. It's gonna make you like. So no, I get what you're saying. There's some people that have to become like the life of the party when they're drinking, or some people drink vodka and they get all fucking disrespectful.
Or some people are like, oh, I love you, bro. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
drunk.
the lovers.
Yeah,
lovers.
they love you, and then the next day you go back to you need 200 kilos of salt to know somebody. Yeah, so there's a lot of one-liners that my father said.
Have you ever been betrayed by somebody that you felt like that you knew him and you really didn't know him?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What about you, Nick? You ever felt like betrayed by anybody?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Recently.
Yeah?
In the last decade, a lot. It's Hollywood.
I feel like this is AA meeting right now. I love this shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the therapist.
We're
Thanks
taking
for
like
sharing.
the crash course of all kinds of life, laughing, joking, and the real shit.
This is real.
This is as real as it gets.
I can't wait to like share a loss on Instagram tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, damn, gained 2 pounds today. You know what I mean? Like,
I see you doing them pull-ups today, man.
yeah, and, I've been eating like shit this weekend.
That's
That's why
ate
I
like
gotta
shit
share.
last night.
I should share more. Like, I'm doing these posts because I gained weight from the slice of cake I had on Sunday. You know.
Well, so you're working for that slice of cake. You're balancing right there. It's a balance. You got to balance it out. You got to take off what you don't want, and then you got to hold the balance. It's fucking tough.
You're super disciplined though. We went out to dinner and like he didn't cheat at all.
It
Like,
ain't
I try to
easy.
eat good and I try to follow that diet, but
It's like I did Weight Watchers. Like I started seeing like
my
meals
mom
of,
does
like,
Weight Watchers.
0 point. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works very well. So it shows you like what has 0 points, like grilled chicken, broccoli, like vegetables that are steamed and shit. So like there's certain ways like you could get full, like by eating healthy. Like that's what it taught me. Like when I started doing Weight Watchers, like there's certain foods you could order. Like brown rice. When you get sushi, just get brown rice on it. There's certain things you could do that make it like less points. So I
remember when I was young.
I don't do none of that now.
Now you're Kobe. You just
Yeah,
put up mad points.
I don't carry my. I used to carry my Weight Watcher fucking like AA key tags. They send you tags
Or like a
Every
book.
time-
Wasn't it like a book they used
with
to
a tag in it. Yeah, they send you a little pamphlet in the mail. Every time you lose 10 pounds, you get a new color. Bro, it's like NA fucking tips.
So it's like a karate belt almost.
Yeah.
It's
Blue
kinda
tip,
fire.
yellow
Yeah,
tip.
so I had like a bunch of fucking. I had a bunch of little color that like fucking little chain.
Yeah, my mom and my Zias are super into Weight
It
Watchers.
works. Yo, it was the only diet that I ever did. I'm not shitting on all the other diets. It's the only diet I ever took serious. Yeah, it worked. You know what I mean? Even now, like I'm still like there's certain foods like I don't eat. Like I used to always get like the nacho supreme platter like whenever I went out to eat like as an appetizer.
How many points is that?
Bro, that shit is more points than most of the dinners on the menu. Like, if
Are you serious?
Because Weight Watchers has an app where you type things in. Even if you're at Applebee's, you can type in what you're eating at Applebee's.
Oh,
and it'll show you
Applebee's
how
has
many
every
points.
fucking all the calorie counts.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like there was certain appetizers
very-
where I stopped ordering because it's like, yo, I was fucking tripling my calorie intake just by eating the
Go to
fucking
fucking
nachos.
AMC. You see the fucking theater. You get the popcorn with the fucking pretzels and everything.
$8
You're
for a
talking
small
about
popcorn.
2,500 calories. It's just fucking popcorn and a
That
fucking
much?
pretzel something. Yeah.
Is popcorn? How about popcorn? Is that a lot of points?
It's got some
so, yeah,
calories, but it's
yeah.
a little empty. It's not
Like I
as
used to
brutal.
eat for breakfast. I used to go to deli. I would get egg whites, turkey bacon on wheat bread with a little bit of hot sauce. That became my go-to.
That was how many points?
That was the bread is I think was 1 point each. The eggs was 0 points. Turkey bacon, I think, was like 3 points, and the hot sauce was 0 points.
So 4 points.
I wouldn't get cheese because the cheese would be like 2 points. And like I would only be allowed 44
Do you
points
train
in a day.
in between all this, or you didn't train?
Train what?
Like working out.
No, I don't go to gym. I don't. I mean, I fucking. My son the other day grabbed my arm.
You
He's
got the
like,
fucking, you got the muscle shirt on though. You wanted to
like,
show the pythons.
Bro, I got the
off.
muscle shirt. I've been working all day, so I was thinking like what I could just throw on. I fucking changed on the side of my car. I mean, I was at work all day, bro. I'm an exterminator. I had to take one these planters in front of the houses in Brooklyn. I was in 8th Avenue and fucking had to dig it out, lay down an excluder, and fucking staple it down, and then put the dirt back on top so the rats can't fucking dig up because they're taking over out here.
Man.
The rats are taking.
So-
If
Yeah,
anybody
I
needs
hate
an exterminator, holler at your boy.
Yeah.
Sabino is terrified of
Rats.
rats.
Brutal.
Bro,
Terrifying.
yo, I had to kill one 2 weeks ago. It was in this guy's bathroom, and once you corner them, they get vicious. So he was in the corner getting all crazy, and I was with the kid I was working with.
One-on-one
And I
with the
took-
great one?
Yo, the guy had a stack of like quarter-inch moldings. So we grabbed 2 of the moldings, and the kid I was working with went from one side, and we grabbed him by the neck, and we just kept twisting back and forth until we snapped it. In the guy's bathroom. Yeah, the guy's sitting there
How
watching.
big was
He's
this
like,
fucking rat?
he was like that big.
That
Yeah,
big?
he was big.
Oh,
Some
it's
of
like a
these
cat.
Brooklyn basements, bro, they get in through the boiler area, and then they fucking just run through your house.
What's your craziest rat story? Like, did you ever see like 100 at
Yo,
one
the
time?
craziest rat story was I was exterminating a hospital, and they had the drop ceilings, and I was throwing bait in the drop ceilings. It was in a nursing home.
What do you
in
use
New
for
Jersey.
bait?
I was using mini generation blocks at the time with that company, but they're pussy. You gotta get the. Now I use First Strike soft baits. Those things work really good. So I was throwing them, and I popped one up, and I looked up real quick, and the rat was right there, bro, right at my face, like eye level. So
Did you
as I
get
looked
scared?
up, bro, I froze. I didn't know what to do, and he was frozen too, and we're looking at each other, and I just lowered down, and I was scared though. I froze. I was so scared.
You
I
let
used
him.
to
You let him
fuck
live.
Yeah, I let him live. I wasn't fucking with him, bro. Are you kidding me?
Listen, I had a
I was
fucking
at a nursing home, bro. I fucking have a good day.
I had a fucking painting
That's
business
a
when I was a
check.
kid. I had a painting business when I was a kid. We would do the projects in Williamsburg and Bushwick, and we got a job to paint all the boiler rooms,
That's terrible.
all the floors in the boiler rooms, all like a battleship gray color. And the union, you had to do everything by the book because it was all fucking city, blah, blah, blah. Well, we would have to go in there. There was about 7,000 water bugs in every boiler room.
Yeah.
Me and my boy Chris, we would have to go fucking exterminate, kill them, sweep them up, and then paint the fucking floors.
That's terrible.
You're talking about a smell that's so different because it's like a fucking 7,000 water bugs. I mean, we're getting fucking deep. Rats,
Yeah,
water
I
bugs.
trust
This
you, I
is
know.
New York shit. This is when
You
you
see
work
the
in
wall,
these
the wall looks black, and then it moves, and it's all
It's like,
fucking water
yeah,
bugs.
it's fucking.
It's a white wall. It's
disgusting, and then it's fucking big, and they fly.
Yeah, they lunge.
fly around.
They
these
lunge,
fucking,
bro,
they
they lunge
fucking-
at
they-
it.
I saw this video on Instagram today where there's an outdoor seating situation, and yo, a lot of them live under those things.
Yeah, bro, a lot of them. You got them out in L.A.? You got water
Yeah.
bugs? Because in Florida, they got
A lot of them
corn
have 2
palmetto.
feet instead of 4 too.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
2 feet.
Rats like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. A lot of these rats out here in New York City. Staten Island, that too. People like, bro, send me the bulls from Staten Island, bro. Fuck out of here.
I
We
mean,
don't
here
like
is-
rats.
Bro, say the truth. If
I had
someone,
beef. I had beef with his daughter, bro, on social media. Because I
The
said,
one from, the
Karen
show?
Gravano, you know what I mean? Shout out to Karen Gravano because we're cool now, you know what I mean? She do
Oh, you're
big
cool with
things.
her now?
Yeah, we spoke. But
how'd you guys squash the beef?
we spoke. I mean, we DM'd each other. I was speaking on family. I mean, even though it's a public situation, it is still a family situation that I was speaking on disrespectfully. You know what I mean, so
So you're admitting you're wrong.
yeah, I was wrong. I mean, I was doing it all for jokes, though. I mean, I didn't do it personally, though. I made the joke. I said, if you say Sammy the Bull 3 times in front of a mirror, a big rat will appear.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, and then I also said, I was like, how you gonna make a show about Staten Island tough guys when your dad put all the tough guys in jail? And I said that, and like it was just But yo, it got me a lot of views, and I took off, and she reposted it and was flaming me. She was basically calling me fat. She was like, "Your pants are so tight that your voice sounds like it's squeaking in the video." And it was like, yo, it was the whole thing. And then, but we're cool now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Staten Island love.
I will say, I think the worst insult is calling someone a rat. Like, I'd probably be rather called.
Yeah.
What word is worse than rat?
A cunt.
Cunt is not worse than rat.
Yeah,
cunt, because that's...
Wait,
it
cunt,
just sounds worse.
a cunt is basically a box, no?
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. I just don't like calling people cunts because I feel like it's like a ugh. Like
it's a nasty word to
it
say
makes me
around
feel
women.
like a nasty guy from like the UK.
Well,
Whenever-
that's normal
cunt.
over
You
there.
bloody cunt.
Yeah, you
bloody
fucking cunt.
You cunt.
No,
Everyone calls
but
everybody
I
cunt.
feel like
No, but you're right though, because people get stabbed like that. Like I've been to Rikers, like you call somebody a rat, like in jail or even in the streets wherever. Bro, people get killed just for
in
calling
Howard
somebody
Beach, and how you doing beach?
How you doing?
Yo, Howard
You
Beach
call-
is a beautiful area, by the way.
It's amazing.
And yo, that jogger would never got killed if John Gotti was still around. That's all I'm saying. That
What
girl,
jogger?
the one that got killed back in 2016.
Oh,
I
in the
was in
weeds,
Rikers for that.
yeah.
And everybody was agreeing. We were all in the day room watching it. We were like, yo, if John Gotti was still running those fucking streets, nobody would have the balls to do some shit like that. Yo, Howard Beach is beautiful. I love doing I do ant jobs out there because they don't really have roaches.
I get ants all
A
the
lot
time.
of ants in my
Oh,
backyard.
you live in Howard Beach?
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing?
How you doing, beach?
I was in rehab with a kid. He'd always say that, Howard Beach. How you doing?
See, so I started a trend now, and it's actually picking up. A lot of my fans like it, but we call it "How you doing, beach."
How you doing,
like
beach?
HYD beach. You know, everybody likes it in a circle. It's picking up. Business is booming.
Not too much.
Low Pick loves it.
Yeah. We have like Staten Italy, or
Staten
America. Yo, because I do boast a lot about Staten Island. You know what I mean, a lot of fun. But yo,
You're very proud of
very
that.
proud. But yo,
I want to call my sister and see how proud she is.
Your sister
about
probably
it.
knows me. Not to be like not to
she-
say it like that.
she's not
like, yo,
in
I do
social
houses.
media.
I do house on Staten Island. I walk in, they're like, yo, like. I'm still broke. That's the crazy part. That everybody knows me, but I'm still broke. But like Staten Island, it's like I feel like other people in the world are like fascinated with it. Like look at like Mob Wives, Jersey Shore, like that whole fucking like. I feel like people are obsessed with like the way people live on. Staten
I feel like
Island.
people are obsessed with making fun of Staten Island.
No, they definitely are, and it's
Well,
also
the people
'cause
that are
they-
not from Staten Island.
Yeah. And yo, people who talk shit because they can't afford the toll to come talk shit in person.
That's
So they talk
that's
shit on
that's
the
true.
But it's a picture.
It's expensive,
It's a
man.
fucking camera.
But if you live on the island, it's cheap.
Yo, shout outs to all the gangsters out there that really like cover the plates though. Like I don't have the balls to do it, but
Yeah,
I
like
want
the
to so
magnetic
bad.
leaves that they sell.
I want to do it. I want to do
What
it
they do?
so bad.
They cover,
What they do?
So yeah, they
cover
like.
part of your plate so that these red light cameras and the speeding cameras they can't get you.
Oh, that's good.
Do you have that in
Fuck
LA? Like the speed cameras like that?
Not like they do a fucking Cross Bay or Woodhaven.
Yeah,
it's
there's
fucking
like 5 of
ridiculous.
them.
That's crazy. It's worse here than in LA.
Yeah.
The speed cameras are nuts.
We gotta go
Staten
get
Island-
those superstars
Staten
over there. They
Island,
could
bro,
afford
Staten
it.
Island, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They said that they were putting them by the schools, and then they said they could only put them a mile within the school, and now it's like they're just.
Now, so we call it the Howard Beach tax. Every block leading across Bay has one. So if you look on the Waze app, it's like every block.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. So, bro,
But it
they
does-
put them up overnight.
But it's good that because Howard Beach, like Cross Bay and Woodhaven, major intersections like that, people that drive fast, well, people get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is a beneficial reason
For
on
that,
top.
it's amazing.
It's the only good reason.
But when you're trying to get home at 1 o'clock in the morning, it sucks.
Because you get stuck at every light.
Yep.
And that's what I call sucking moose cock.
You know what sucks also is when you think you're doing all right, like doing the 10, because you can't go more than 10 over, or the speeding will flash you, and they get you for doing like 36 and a 35. It's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's how it always. I'm not gonna lie. There was like weeks where I thought I couldn't go over 40, so I just always get tickets. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm doing 38, and then
Can't
like
go
I
over
would look.
35.
Yeah,
The speed
like,
limit's 25, so.
yeah, my parents would always get mad because they see a stack of mail. They're like, look how many tickets you got. Look how many.
Fucking, yeah.
I think that's the worst thing. I don't know what's worse, rats or speeding tickets.
Yeah.
What do you think's worse?
Or Mayor Adams.
I like Mayor Adams, to be
I'm
honest.
but yeah, he fucking hired this rat czar. that bro, she has no idea what she's doing. No idea what
I
you're
feel
doing.
like the rat situation got a little better.
No, bro, they changed the garbage times. These rats are just gonna wake up early. Like I'm an exterminator. I know this. Like yo, they're just gonna adjust to the new time frames. Like yo, it's like I'm sitting there.
So
and
what time do they like wake up?
Rats are mostly active sundown and sunup. The dominant ones come out, they eat first, and the subdominants come out after. Like the rich eat first, then the poor ones come out and they eat, and then.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, and the dominants come back out at sunup and they eat again.
So like, what is it? You gotta like the
There's
rats
peasants?
like lift weights,
Yeah,
like
bro. It's crazy, bro. Rats are very they're very like militant the way they move. They create burrows, but only their people allowed in the burrow. So like if they have a burrow with like 6 of them in there, all the rats can't get in that burrow. They come
What
in
a
there.
fucking conversation.
So yeah, I want to learn more, even though I'm frightened about.
Same
that.
thing with roaches, bro. Roaches are like fucking.
Yo, they're gross.
People spray roaches with Raid and they think, yeah, I'm doing a good job, but all you're doing is threatening them where they feel the threat and they're just reproducing faster now to keep up with the ones that you're killing. So people think like, yo, I sprayed Raid everywhere, or I bought a fucking bomber from Home Depot and they were gone for a day, but now they're back even worse. It's like, yeah, they fucking hit out, fucked, and came back out with their babies. Like, it's like.
Good
So
point.
do you have a solution for the New York City rat problem?
Yeah, hire me, motherfucker. Yo, I tried, but they said I needed a bachelor's degree. I got fucking 7 years.
Who got that?
Yeah, I'll fucking smother a rat with quarter-inch fucking floor molding. This lady worked for the Board of Ed, bro. Don't get me started with this, bro. She gets me so aggravated.
So when you say
it's
the
making my job harder, bro. I
Yeah.
gotta explain to people why the fucking rat czar's not doing her job.
Well, she does rat control?
Bro, they hired her.
she gets like
worked for the
$200K a
Board of
year.
Ed. She worked for the Board of Ed, and she found ways to keep rodents like out of school buildings. Bro, what the fuck? Like this is New York's. It's
All right,
it's
so hold
bonkers.
on. So you
The
said
rat
your
situation
solution is
worse.
hire you.
The solution.
What would you
is-
do? What would you do?
The solution for her is to look in the mirror and say, I do not know how to do my job. That's her solution.
No, but what would you do to fix the problems?
What I would do is I would have the city putting more money into looking for ways to clean up the city and not look for ways to kind of mask the dirt and the fucking filth. Get out there and clean the subways more. Get out there and fucking. But granted, there's probably people who don't want to work. It's probably hard to find people to do it. But I'm just out. Put money in different fundings to fucking get these streets clean. There's just, bro, they're doing certain things where they're just digging up holes and they're dropping dry ice in these parks.
To kill these rats?
Yeah, what the fuck is that doing? That's just, they're going to get scared and move away. And they're just going to fuck over there and lay their nest over there. You got to pump poison in the streets, but everybody.
How disgusting is
people
that?
don't want to use poison because it's like inhumane and this and that. It's like you got to slaughter these fucking things. Like you can't have a
Disgusting.
positive attitude.
Man, this
Kids
is
like they have feelings. They don't have feelings.
The
I mean, they
fucking
probably
rats.
do, but fuck their feelings.
I think like on this block a little bit, you'll see like a lot of owners have these like metal like enclosed for the garbage.
Yeah, you need those because they
So,
chew through everything.
I think
Yo,
that-
rat's
too.
teeth. Fun fact: a rat's teeth grows 4 to 6 inches a year. That's why they're constantly gnawing on wood. They have to, or their teeth will grow out of their mouth. So they have to keep chewing on wood. That's why they chew on wood all the time.
Oh my god, I've never learned so much about rats.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, I'm not that I love my job because who the fuck? Love,
You have
I
to
mean,
know-
I want
you
to be a
have to-
comedian. I mean, that's why I'm on social media. But
You have to know
yeah.
you fucking, you know.
I got in
the
a
world
lane.
you're in.
I barely made it out of high school. So when I found something, I fucking became really good at it. But yeah, this lady's not doing the right thing.
But listen, there's got to be. I mean, rats are just like roaches. Where's the fucking like they are just like raccoons? They're just the rodents are just a track of a raccoon.
It's
to
their
keep
world. We just live in it.
Yeah, they would.
their
This
world,
fucking. If it was a nuke.
Yeah.
they
Bro,
would
the
be
Last Supper had rats on the floor waiting for fucking.
No,
God.
it didn't. Did it really?
I'm just.
Oh, I was saying in the picture. It's
He's
there.
like, no way, fucking Jesus had rats.
No, because Judas was a fucking rat. Yo, who are the greatest rats of all time? And like, not the worst rats.
Yo, the fucking guy from the show Recess with the notepad.
he was a
Ryle,
fucking
whatever the
rat.
fuck is.
All right, so we'll give him what he's not number one though, cause Judas is definitely number one. He's a rat.
He was the one that sold Jesus out, no?
Yeah.
To the Jews?
I have that tattoo. He kissed Jesus
with the knife. No.
Yeah. I don't know about what a knife, but basically he
But
sold.
there's a guy
You
with a
got
knife.
fuck Judas
There's a
tattooed
guy
on
with
you?
a knife.
I
got right here.
fucking-
I have the last
Judas.
kiss right here. when
There's
he
a guy with a
betrayed-
knife in the Last Supper. If you look up the Last Supper, there's a guy fucking like trying to shank
I don't know, but I watched that Mel Gibson movie. That shit was fucking
Passion of the Christ?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. To watch that happen to somebody, I don't know if I just like felt like, because that's Jesus. Like I was
That's
watching.
wild.
Yo, it was honestly, I wouldn't watch it again. Like I watched it one time.
That's a one and done.
I wouldn't.
That's a one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a no. Honestly, I watched it twice. I remember I watched it
He's
recently.
like, yeah, I watched it twice.
I was asking my nonna. I'm like, nonna, be honest. This is around like Easter time. I was like, nonna, be honest. You really think Jesus like rose from the dead? Like, yo, she got so mad at me. She was like, how could you question your religion? Like, so mad. But it's crazy, like how much we've drifted away from
You gotta
that.
ask somebody like, yo, you really think Mary was a virgin?
Listen,
father
it
reads
just,
the
I don't
Bible
know.
every
Like,
day.
imagine right now a girl came up to us and said, I'm pregnant, but I didn't have sex. Like, I'm like, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who's going to believe that?
If you show me a paternity test that says God's the father, then I'll believe it.
It's crazy if you think about it.
God's the
This
father.
is taking, we're going to lose a lot.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go to hell
this
because like
is gonna
my
be the-
kids are getting their sacraments. I made my sacraments, so like, yeah, I mean, I was raised that way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, I love God, but
really-
Jesus, I'm sorry.
I
Shout out
really
to
think
Jesus.
this is the episode where I lose like most of my following. But okay, greatest rats. Who do you guys got? Are we giving Judas number 1? 6'9"?
Donnie Brasco.
Rat. But that was his job. You know, Donnie Brasco happened on this block, right?
Did he?
Yeah. This
I'm
block right
related to one of the guys that got arrested. Like, I mean, nobody talks to him, but he was in Rikers for a long time. Nicky the Mount Santora.
Oh, you related to him?
Yeah, somewhat.
Isn't
a cousin of my
isn't
grandfather's father.
isn't that in Casino?
No, that's Nicky Santoro.
Is that what you said?
No, I'm Nicky Santoro.
Oh, that's right. You are.
Yeah, there's an A.
Bro.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
A. little
Nicky
different.
Santoro. Fun fact though, I was at Pasha one night on a lot of like ecstasy, and I convinced this girl that Joe Pesci's my grandfather, and that he named his character that because the movie came out the same year I was born, and that he named it like that was a character because of me.
Did it work?
It worked, yeah. It definitely worked.
What's a good white lie I could come up with? Like,
That you choose to be bald.
you think so? You think?
How old are you when you started losing it?
Like young, bro, but officially, like shaved at 23.
It's so weird with like Italian because like it's either you go bald early or you have fucking hair till you die. Like all the men in my family, they die with a full set of hair in their 60s. Like
Man, I envy you.
My father's still got a lot of hair. He's 91.
Yeah, he's got it. But yeah, I mean, I would say my hairline was getting bad. When I shaved it, I had a 6 head.
oh, it started here.
Yeah.
I know some people start here.
Well,
In the
I
middle.
had both at the same time.
Oh, shit.
I had the crown and
Did you try to hold on?
bro, I was trying. I was like this on the monkey bars, like
Damn.
hold it. But yeah, I would just like basically. I don't know if I've ever said this story on the pod, but I was getting like a scissor on top for a little bit. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, like
yeah.
trying to see what I
Yeah,
had.
like the Paul Castellano.
Yeah,
going
and then
on.
my barber one day was like, "Yo, what are we doing, man?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah. That's a serious conversation,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
The barber got to say something.
He's
It's
like,
yo.
he's like, "What are we doing?" And I'm like, and then I remember like when he did it, I was like wearing my hat all the time, every day, hat.
So how
like-
long you been bald now?
I'm 10 years. That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
I'll
think
wear.
I might go bald.
No, for what? You
I
got,
got a little fucking thing over here. I told Nicky.
bro.
Nicky
Are
told me
you
gotta get
are you
Rogan.
crazy? You look like you got the hairstyle of
I got
like
a hat on the whole night.
he has,
now I know why.
he has the hair of like an NSYNC singer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but
like
I'm
you
sitting
look,
next to Lance Bansel. Yeah,
he's
sitting
over
next to
here.
Krista Stefano.
He's over here complaining about
I got a fucking little thing over
a
here.
little thing.
I
That's
gotta
actually
rub the
You got like the
Rogan.
Sebastian Maniscalco going on.
Now you
Yeah, but you
know.
got a full head of hair too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
good.
we die before we lose our hair. Santoras.
You think I could make the comeback? Like if I like
Bro,
went
you
to
can
Turkey?
get fucking 20,000,
Bro,
10,000.
wait. Who was
get
the other
new
one?
whole-
Who was the other one that made a
hair.
comeback? Was it Tory Lanez? Was it Tory Lanez?
Tory Lanez, Jadakiss.
Bro, Jadakiss, what the fuck?
Yeah, but
is that?
Jadakiss always
it's
had
like
it.
weird, bro. Yeah,
He grew it out.
He chooses to be bald, right?
Because I think he has like the funny hairline.
I used to rock the ball.
It's fire.
He has like a kid's hairline. I think because he was bald all those
He looks
years.
like he goes to kids'
He wasn't
clubs.
getting lined up. He was.
He
just
goes to
shaving.
Lemon Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about going bald a couple of times.
I used to rock ballies all the time.
I told my wife I want the
20s.
mullet. She
You
tried
do
to
a mullet?
leave me.
The mullet's popping right now.
Yeah, because
But
I was
it's
thinking,
really-
like, what could I do
A
crazy?
mullet's popping, but it really isn't. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I
See,
feel
that's
like-
one of those things that's popping on social media.
fuck
I feel
You
like
see somebody in person, like, you got a fucking mullet.
All right,
Take
when
your mullet, shove it up your fucking
Yeah,
ass.
this is a fucking Madonna music video.
when I see like these young kids, like when
They all
I'm-
have poofs now.
yeah, they all like shaved and then
Like
as
on
much
Staten
as you
Island,
could
it
grow.
used to be the skin fade.
Yeah.
Everybody had the low skin fade tape up. It was a common haircut. Now every kid on Staten Island has a fucking poof. Oh, they all
Like
have
they
poofs.
either have the Mahomes,
or they just
What's
don't
the
give a
Mahomes?
fuck.
like Patrick Mahomes. You know Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Like he just has like really curly hair and then like shaved
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
side.
he
Yeah,
keeps
but
the
those
side
are there's strategies to those kind of things. Like the like what fucking Dennis Rodman had. His hair was colored green. Guy Fieri's blonde hair,
French
big.
tips.
It's all it's part of like the persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're a fucking jerk off in the streets doing nothing with your life, get a normal haircut.
It's like
Go
it's
get
like
a
it's,
job.
Yo, it's like Billy Crystal said in the end to analyze this. There's a small person inside you that just wants to come out.
Yeah.
He's just dying to come out and say hi. How you doing?
How you doing?
What's a normal haircut like?
Mine.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So little-
Or, little.
It says Santa Monica all through it.
Yeah. Is it pointed out?
Yo, you do kind of no. That's still a New York haircut.
No,
I just got
he
a
has the
fade
tape
right now.
up,
It's
yeah.
Dominican guys.
But he has like that.
Yo, Dominicans get fire haircuts.
They get the best food in the fucking
Yeah,
Spanish
yeah.
culture. They got the best.
Yo,
food.
on Staten Island is a spot on Forest
Best women
Avenue,
too, no?
Dominican food.
girls are the
Dominican
best.
girls are great. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but the food changed my life. Even my grandfather, before he died, he was going there once a week because
Bro,
his daughter
the
started
best
dating a
fucking
Spanish guy.
food.
He couldn't believe it. He's like, I went my whole life without eating this. He was eating the fucking
No.
the panel with the
Yeah,
rice
the
and beans.
fucking the tortone, the fucking rice and beans. Now that is my father's favorite. When are we taking me to the Dominican place? That's
You know what
he said.
changed my life? The green Tabasco sauce. You ever get that at like Chipotle?
Oh, yeah.
The habanero Tabasco sauce. I put that shit on everything now. Also, recently, Sazon.
You like?
Sazon.
Oh yeah, I saw you were
You saw me
drinking
read-
it.
Bro, I'll drink that
Drinking
shit.
Sazon.
Bro, I was going to start rubbing on my gums in the video, but I was like, I'm going to stop. You know what I mean? Because I did a video when white people discovered Sazon. You know what I mean? I rubbed that shit on my
No.
chicken already. I put it on my steak last
there's
night.
a fucking-
Coated the whole steak.
Yo, there's this girl I
The whole
know.
steak?
The whole steak was red,
A
bro.
girl I knew back in the day from Jersey, she used to say Saison. Get the
Yeah,
Saison.
my wife
Get
said-
the Saison,
My wife's like the O.
Saison.
My wife's like the O has the thing. What do I say? Like, well, how do I pronounce that? I'm
Oh,
like,
you
it's
mean
fucking-
Sazon? You fucking, what the fuck is a Saison?
Yeah.
My mom uses a little sazon in her chicken cutlets.
Got her.
Really?
Yeah,
Breadcrumb.
yeah, a little
She
bit of
uses
paprika.
breadcrumbs, a little sazon.
But this is the best flavor. That shit's fucking ridiculous.
With grilled chicken, it is fire too.
I made it with the first night I made it with chicken thighs and cut up potatoes. Just put in a fucking thing. I threw
I'm
it in
getting
the
hungry
oven.
again. Now we're talking about pizza. Now we're talking about Spanish. What else? How else are we gonna eat?
You have Spanish food in LA now, right?
No,
Just Mexican.
You have Spanish people in LA?
only Mexican.
Only like-
It's not- they're like they don't know what Puerto Ricans are. They don't know what Dominicans are.
Like
It's kinda
Miami's
weird.
all Cubans.
Miami's Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican. Yeah. LA is
yeah,
very
go fucking
Mexican
Cubano.
and
New York is mostly Dominican though, no?
Yo, but no, if you've been to Manhattan recently, because every time I'm in Manhattan now, I keep seeing these fucking, they walk around with like, it's Spanish people that don't talk English, but they have papers that are written in English, and they're asking me like to translate it. Every time I'm in Manhattan now, like in the Lower East Side, they come up to me. I don't know if I look Spanish, but like,
They don't have like a phone?
bro, it's just a paper, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Is that a scheme? Like
I
something?
don't know. I don't know. But I never seen it. But I the last 3 times I've been in Manhattan, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll probably see it again.
What do the papers say?
Bro, like trains left on this block. It's like directions to get places, bro.
So they have like the original Tom or
I think it may
MapQuest?
be like somebody like helping them, like to go apply for like food
MapQuest.
stamps and shit.
that thing was $1,000. I remember that. fucking-
MapQuest.
Not of the actual first like navigation.
I did my video when I was talking shit about Queens. I was like, Queens is so confusing. It can confuse MapQuest. And people were like, you're so stupid. MapQuest's been going for 20 years. It's like, bro, just get the joke. Like, streets are fucking confusing.
Because, like, let's say in Queens, you got 73rd Street in every neighborhood.
And, that's why when I talk shit about Queens, I talk shit about their streets. Because there's not really anything bad I can say about Queens. Like, I keep trying to think of things, but it's like, I don't know what, I mean? It's not
Queens
really.
gets the money, baby.
Yeah.
Queens
I say Manhattan is a homeless person with a Gucci belt. That's why I call it Manhattan.
What do you say about Brooklyn?
What did I say about Brooklyn?
Fire.
Oh, no, the parking. You got to circle the block 35 fucking times to find a
That's
parking
Manhattan
spot.
too. And
Yeah, but on
Queens,
Staten Island, you're entitled to the spot in front of your house. It's an unwritten rule.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, you really think that's
we got only
fair?
about 4,300 cars. In
Not that it's fit. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. You got 2 cars in the driveway, 3 in the street. But that's how it is on
I don't
Staten
think
Island.
it's cool that you reserve the spot in front of your
Well,
house.
my neighbor, ever since I moved in there in August of last year, he's had the same Pontiac in front of my house. Every
of your
time
house?
he leaves, what?
In front of your
In
house?
front of my house, because I have the driveway. So he's the guy next door. He the same car. Every time he goes out, he puts his garbage pails there. He goes out for a couple hours, comes back, puts his car back
In front of your house?
in front of my house.
Have you
I
ever
don't
approached
care.
him about it?
No, because I don't care. He's been there longer than me. I rent. I mean, he owns a house next door. It's technically both of our spot because
So you think he has to deal with the owner? Like, listen, I parked
he owns the house. So, you know what I mean? He owns the house
the one next door.
Yeah.
So I'm saying,
And the spot's
does he have a
technically
deal with
both
your
of us.
landlord? Like, I get to park in front of your house?
No. I mean, I could probably bully my way into that spot, but
I think
don't
you
have-
should just to do it.
Right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Who
Like,
the fuck is this guy?
yeah.
I'm about to call my wife right now. Be like, yo,
Yo, baby, I'm
look on the ring doorbell. This motherfucker's still there.
No, honestly, that's one thing about Howard Beach that people get mad about if you park in front of their house.
Yeah.
That's
They
like
look
a
out
thing.
the window, like as soon as you park your car, they're like, "What the fuck is this?" I see it all the time. That's how it is on Staten Island. It's like it's,
Parking is a motherfucker.
but on Staten
can't
Island, it's
find a
not.
spot?
On Staten Island,
Well,
it's like-
your dad's house by there is crazy.
Well,
too.
it's worse now than ever because more people are just renting out the fucking basements of their house
Yeah,
or whatever.
there's more
So there's more
cars.
cars. And my father's car is just, it's fucking sits there in front of that. And I turn it on, I start it up for him, or I had to go get the inspection done. I had to fucking do that under the table, on the arm. How you doing? And then,
Howard Beach special.
I had to go to Howard Beach and get an inspection for $150.
I got a guy.
I got a guy just to get my father to be, oh, you put in the inspection? Ah, good. And now I can start in the car. I'm not going to let him drive. Sabino knows. He ain't fucking driving anymore. He's 91. Fucking take this
What kind
boat.
of cars he got?
He's got an LSC. It was a fucking cream puff back in the day, but now it's old and
year is
rusted.
It was a
89.
cream puff back in. I get called a cream puff back in the day too, but in a different way. Do you guys want to say anything else before we close out the show? I didn't even explain who you guys are. So what you guys are gonna do is right
I'm
on this
his
episode.
exterminator.
Yeah, and this is my backup dancer for the backup singer.
He's just here to make sure there's no problems.
But definitely follow these guys on social media. I'll put your links in the description. And yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah. Thanks for
Staten
having
Island.
us.
Staten Island in the building.
But I really want to know what you make fun of Queens about. Like, what
That's it. I mean, just because, bro, you're on 4th Street, 4th Avenue, 4th Road, then there's a fucking...
4th Court.
Bro, you make one left turn, then you're on 23rd Street. It's like, how the fuck is 23rd Street right
Where
here?
in Queens is this? Astoria?
Well, no, Middle Village,
Middle
Astoria.
Village.
Oh, yeah, Middle Village can be confusing.
It's
88th Street is 88th Street. It goes to fucking 88th Street in Jamaica.
You know who says that? Somebody from Queens.